2 on the Nitrous Express install here. Definitely quite involved, so breaking it down into 2 days. Was here pretty late last night with Michael, trying to kind of continue to wrap up the wiring. Like I mentioned in I think the last clip, the wiring is taking the longest for sure with all of the relays, everything else. But let me show you guys the progress. I'm not sure if we have caught up and showed you guys kind of like the completed. The interior is almost pretty much complete. We're working on the engine bay, the relays for the solenoids, and the relays for the bottle heaters. So really just have to still run wiring from here up to the engine and wrap up the engine bay wiring. But take a look inside the glove box. We have our screen here, our touch screen, and got the Maximizer 5 mounted right there. And what we decided to do for now, as far as making things nice, neat, and cleanly, and again, man, Michael and Chase are just doing a great job here on all of the wiring, and Michael's just really killing it with all of the connectors and everything. So this is actually just going to be kind of stuffed right back down in here once I have 2 hands. But with the key on, you guys can see here is the arming switch, which kind of turns everything on. Once that's on, that flips the screen on, and you guys can see down in here. And then this is kind of like your menu button. And again, I'm sure that we can get super detailed on a very, very detailed procedure of the tuning aspect of this and the screen and all that, which we'll probably end up doing once we get a little bit more familiar with it. But right down here we have the arming switch. Like I said, that'll turn it off. When it's on this button right here, this will be the purge button. So purge, arming, and basically the tune takes care of the rest. There's no button on the steering wheel. The way Michael has it set up in there now, and I'll have him try to go over the tune setup with you guys now, is we're using one as a spool jet. So it's going to be a pretty small jet, and that's going to come on with I believe throttle percentage. He said the first stage is going to be a throttle percentage, and then the second stage is built off of boost. And the way we're going to do it is, you know, it's going to start at like 25-30 pounds and then ramp in full at 50 pounds. So those are kind of the 2 stages that we have. I got the solenoids mounted last night with the purge there on the one side. And what we'll have to do in the future is, I think we're gonna have to get some separate lines. Like these lines are both the same length, so getting them cleanly routed is a little bit of a challenge. So again, not to be, oh, whoa, that was the other part I was gonna show you that just fell. These are the relays. All right, so these are the relays. We're kind of just piggybacking everything together, battery power, stuff like that. Got to put some fuses as well. But again, 2 of these are for both bottle heaters. 2 of these are for both solenoids. So solenoid, solenoid, bottle heater. And we'll go ahead and finish wiring up this. And then hopefully we're closing this project up. But so far so good. Everything is going well. Super excited. And again, if it's not this weekend, we can run this thing wide open. There are still some test and tunes, seeing that it's, I guess, well, it's not that decent weather out, but it's still pretty warm. The track Beach Bend is still running test and tunes, so we will be able to run this thing probably one last time with this engine in it and see how fast we can go. But anyway, we can get back to work, and we'll catch back up with you guys. Alrighty, it is time to fill. Oh well, we got to take one out of it. Oh boy, those are all gonna fall over. That's not good. Okay, we're gonna need 2 hands to do this. Time to fill the bottles up. So Chase, why do we put the bottles in the freezer?
Well, you put the bottles in the freezer so that...
Man, the compressor, you're gonna have to speak up. The compressor just kicked on.
If you have a warm bottle, then the pressure is going to get higher faster. So when the bottle is cold and this bottle is warm, kind of equalizes and drives pressure out of that bottle into this cool, dreamy, frosty bottle.
So they fill easier, is what you're saying?
They do.
Okay. Alright, so this is my first ever bottle filling experience.
So empty is 8.8 pounds. Turn this one on.
Hey, you're right in the way.
Get over here.
What's that?
See, when it's cold, you kind of fill up on its own. No big deal.
Oh, does that normally pump it up, pump it in there?
Yeah, it's kind of stop.
One down. There we go.
Said, what are you doing, Greg?
Well, what we're doing, Chase, is we are connecting the main supply from the bottles to the solenoids. Last night we were here, and I got the solenoids all mounted up. Used some riv nuts. Very, very happy about my riv nut job. Riv nutted these in here, so we're just tightening these up right now, and it's moving along. It's moving along. Once we get a shorter hose, that'll look much nicer. But
Nice. And then you got one of the...
yeah, we got just these are kind of loose. We don't have jets in them yet, but these will go. These lines right here will go to the bottom like so.
Looking good.
Looking good.
What are you working with, Michael?
Wires. Just wires. Wires. Miles and miles and miles. It's like Donald Trump's billions and billions and billions. And billions and billions and billions.
Which wires are these? Solenoid?
Ooh, bottle heater. All right, we're close. We're getting wrapped up. Hey, Leslie Chow. All right, so we got Chow attacking, but what I wanted to show you guys was a little bit of the computer screen and what that kind of looks like. Maybe we can do like a full tuning video on it. But Michael, what are you doing? Are you just working on the ramps? Working on the two kits? Hey, calm down, would you? Oh boy, the screen is flashing like crazy, so I probably won't try and kill them. So these are all the inputs as far as all the wiring that we did.
Yep.
RPM, TPS, map.
So we have,
what is lambda?
we have TPS and map set up, and then we have a nitrous pressure just kind of dummied in there to turn on our bottle heater through the controller.
And then underneath of this is the two tables. And throttle position.
So
and
the first stage is set off a TPS, and the second one is pressure. And right now, the second one isn't even enabled. It's just the TPS.
Gotcha. Oh yes. Yes. Man, you're the man, buddy. Chow, you are the best. Thank you, Chow. Yes. Thank you, buddy.
No problem.
You are the man.
You're the man.
No. We are the team. Yes. All right, guys, so it is about a week later wrapping up this Nitrous Express install video for you guys. Pretty much ran out of time that final evening. We finished up the truck, we tested it out in the parking lot, got super dark, machines were running in the shop so you couldn't really hear me. So unfortunately, I did not get a chance to wrap it up kind of right then and there. The truck had to get loaded in the trailer and we went right to, if you guys have been following along, the previous King of the Street event. But we did get the Nitrous done. It was tested, but the truck had to go right in the trailer and we had to leave pretty much that following morning. So not a ton of time to kind of go over everything with you guys and kind of finalize everything, go over some details. And then unfortunately at the King of the Street, we had some turbo issues which ended up leaving the truck pretty much undrivable. Some turbo issues left us pretty much out for the count, so it's still in the trailer as of right now. I haven't even had time to pull it out, but just wanted to kind of wrap up the Nitrous Express video for you guys. We used it the entire King of the Street event, and I will kind of throw in some clips there. Did really well in certain sections, and again, of course, the turbo issues kind of left us high and dry. The Nitrous Express system worked flawlessly. Actually, super impressed with how it works, how it functions. That whole weekend was kind of a learning curve for myself. So that Maximizer 5, which I was telling you guys is basically the brain for the system, super cool. Michael was kind of running me down, and I want to learn this stuff before I kind of show you guys as well, so I don't really sound and tell you guys wrong information. But we were running 2 kits on the truck, kind of like how I mentioned. I'll walk back in here and kind of show you guys. There's not a lot of light in here, but we ran 2 kits the entire weekend, and again, worked really well. One as a spool jet and one as kind of like a second main jet. And again, first kit came on off of throttle percentage just to kind of bring the charger up really quick. That's better for transmission life, getting right on top of everything, ready to go. We didn't really have spooled up problems, but a lot of guys in the diesel industry will run spool jets just to kind of get the truck to life, especially on the lines. Drag racing, sled, other stuff just brings the truck up much quicker. Second kit is really just like your main kit, and then you can run multiple stages. So 2 kits did it for us this weekend and netted us really good results. And you can kind of see each kit has its own solenoid. So kind of the general, you got your bottles, you got a line that runs from the back of the truck from the bottles up to your solenoids, and then the solenoids are what's going to open and close, and then from there, that's what you have these lines right here that go to the nozzles and your jet sizing. Now, your jet sizing, there's multiple different jet sizes, and that will ultimately kind of dictate the horsepower gain. I'll say from my first ever experience installing Nitrous, kind of learning about it, the wiring is definitely the biggest kind of challenge and hurdle. Nitrous Express does a great job of kind of giving you a complete rundown and instructions on how to wire that Maximizer 5 up, and again, can be done many different ways, but what I thought was just super cool was the fact that it can read off of so many different things, mile an hour, RPM, like a boost sensor is what we were kind of running, and just a couple other things that are really cool. And the way that Michael set up the tuning in the computer, was there's certain safety things too. So if you weren't above a certain throttle percentage, if you were below, if your bottle pressures weren't high enough, it wouldn't work. So unlike a lot of stuff that you guys see with nitrous on a button, which is kind of like the very easy way to do things, that Maximizer 5 and the touchscreen and everything really allows you to get some super control precise way of doing things, and I thought it was just super cool. I'm super excited. This is really just the beginning of the Nitrous journey on this truck, on a couple other trucks, so we will have plenty of opportunity when the truck is out of the trailer on different trucks to kind of go over some things. So if you guys have any questions, want to learn a little bit more, if you guys are really interested in this, I think it's something really cool. I think there's a lot of information out there, and again, a lot of cool things that you can do with this stuff, and I will throw in some clips here from that weekend. Just want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the guys at Nitrous Express for helping us out with this stuff. It is really cool. It's really awesome. Super excited to continue to kind of use Nitrous and help it push us even further. So went from like 1,000 horsepower truck, and then on the dyno made a hair over 1,300. So again, a dyno is a dyno, but super pleased with the way this system worked. So that's it, guys. I know it's a little bit of rambling here at the end. We'll get the truck out of the trailer eventually, get it fixed up, and then hopefully hit the track one more time before the week this season is kind of over. So that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you.